Prophet ﷺ has said that al-arwah al-junub al-mujannada فمن تعارف تآلف أو كما قال عليه الصلاة والسلام, that the spirits, they are like soldiers. Whosoever know one another before they came to earth in the realm of the spirits, they have recognized each other in the spiritual realm, and when they come to earth, I don't mean they come in flying saucers, they come through the natural process of creations, through the mother and father. So this spirits, they recognize each other. And that's why people, they make the mistake of saying, I'm looking for my other half, the other half of the apple, my soulmate, my this, my that. And this is all untrue. The truth is that all the spirits, as I said, before they arrived to earth, they were in the spiritual realm, and they have recognized each other. So the Holy Prophet ﷺ, he said, when they recognize each other here, they have that affinities. And that's why someone you never seen him before, and then you meet him, you say, did I know you from somewhere? And that's the key. Did I know you from somewhere? It doesn't matter the person is, say, from New Zealand or from Timbuktu or from Warsaw or England. Is the spirit inside that is actually what made us recognize one another. In the teaching of Tasawwuf, of course, they have what they call the people of scent. Who are they? They have developed their inner potentials in such a way that they're able to recognize through scent the spirit of other peoples. And they recognize them, not just the spirit, but also their state of consciousness. It is not surprising at all. When you look at an animal, a dog, for example, which we have them in every airport now. They sniff your bag, they sniff you, they try to find out if you are carrying something or not carrying something. And they could recognize their master, where he is, the place where he lives. If you drop him somewhere, it may take a long time, but he will arrive to his place. It's through sense, not just the smell, but there is more to it than that. And the same people who developed in some way the capability of psychic energies, that they're able to hold something, and whatever information contained in that object, the residue of the individual who owned such object, they'll be able to tell. They don't tell you something about him in the future, but they will tell you about him in the past. And it's of course up to you to believe or not. And this is where, of course, if you look to any Sunday paper here in Australia, and you look to the advertisement page in the last one, you find people, psychic, fortune tellers, and so on and so forth. Most of them, they are, what do you say, quacks? Yes? Is that the right word? They're really just, it's a guessing game. If anyone, for example, comes and he says, can you tell me my fortunes? As a human being, what exactly you worry about? First thing is you worry about your health. That's one. Money, this comes on the top. And travel. And people who they gonna come and see you from long distance, if you are married or not. So you'll be able to say all of this very, very easily. That's nearly not fortune telling, but it is the art of personality studies. It's a form of psychology. Because psychology, psychoanalysis, they deal with the human being on the level, on the level of the organic self, from the time you're born to the time you are sitting on a chair, blabbing, asking you about who is your parents, and so on. So questions really, they are unnecessary, because what they're doing, they bring in all that, the storage of bad memories and bad experiences. They bring them out again, and this is creates a lot of disturbances in the consciousness, in the mind, in the subconscious, because you are dealing in the subconscious. The subconscious, you could say, is like the surge of your own self. So try to find out what is going on down there. There's the stories of a great Sufi saint who he was traveling and he passed a house which is being abandoned. And he stopped and he looked at the house and he said, Assalamu alayka ya Bayt, oh peace be upon you, oh house, how are you and how are your owners? He heard no answer, and he walked a few steps more. The sewage system was underground. He heard a voice from the sewage system saying to him, Wa alaykum salam. The people you ask for, they have dumped all of their wealth and their health here, and they have it. So everything went down the street. And this is the problems of the humans. And as a human, he's really not capable of greater things. He's not capable of achieving a greatness. If he does achieve, he achieves it with cunning, with ruthlessness, with the most horrible way that possibly could be found. السلام عليكم مقدم حاج. مقدم حاج الحاج مقدم. السلام. There is a story. Our Muqaddam Sahib, our Muqaddam brother Haj Muqaddam, take a while before the realizations of the title you have. It takes roots within your heart, in your consciousness. They said Nasruddin, he was traveling and he stopped in guest house. And he told the man, the owner of the place, that he need to be up very early tomorrow. So please wake me up 4 o'clock in the morning. And the room was a big room, and he told him, that's the only room I have, and you have to share it with the policeman in the room. So he shared the room with the policeman. The policeman put his clothes, hanged his clothes on the near the clothes of Nasruddin. So in the morning, he wake up in the right time that he wanted to be. It was dark, with much light in the time of our Nasruddin, not the same as our time now. He was so sleepy and dizzy. Instead of putting his clothes, he put the policeman's clothes, and he left. And then he was walking, and there was a little bit of light in the street, and he looked and he saw different clothes. He saw the uniform of a policeman. He said, "The stupid man. He woke up the policeman, he left me sleep." Because he was wearing the uniform, so automatically he thought he was the policeman. He said, "The stupid man, he have made a mistake." Sometimes uniforms, especially in our age, they are a form of identifications. The appearance is everything. Now, the young people, they don't look to your substance. We live in the outward life, so much so that if a person he wears certain clothes, automatically we assume that, for example, he will not speak English. If you're wearing a Sikh turban, you get a long beard, and you get the bracelet in your hand, they may speak to you in Punjabi. And if you put a tag on your shoulder here, Mr. So-and-so, and you put title in the front, the behavior of the people will change.